Hello, Facebook land. Big Bad V, Bikers for Books, bringing you another installment of Biker Bedtime Stories. We only got a few weeks left till Christmas, so now's the time we decided to bring you some Christmas stories. So, tonight I want to read you the book by an author named Jeffery Schatzer. Jeffery Schatzer lives in northern Michigan. He's a Michigan author, and Jeffery Schatzer was one of the very first authors to give Bikers for Books the time of day. He's shared a lot with us, and he's come to several of our events. He's a good friend of Bikers for Books, so let me share with you one of his favorite stories. This is A Bump on Santa's Noggin, how Santa almost forgot Christmas. And it's autographed. How about that? Milo McMostly was mostly good. He ate most vegetables without complaining. He went to bed on time most every night. Milo was helpful for the most part. However, the one job he had the most trouble remembering was picking up his stuff. Crazy Milo. Santa enjoys reading school papers and looking at art projects. One night, Santa was visiting Milo McMostly's school. Milo's locker was mostly messy. His desk was mostly a disaster. As Santa was looking around the schoolroom, he slipped on a toy that Milo had left on the floor. A most unfortunate accident. Zoop! Santa's legs flew out from underneath him. Whoop! He fell backwards and whack! He hit his head on the floor. When he woke up, there was a painful bump on his noggin, and he was very confused. He didn't know who or where he was. All he knew was that he had an important job to do. After a time, he thought to talk to the police officer. They were trained to keep people safe and to help in times of trouble. I know exactly who you are, said the officer kindly. Children love to see you each year. They do? Why, yes, I believe you're correct. I know exactly who I am. Thank you. I must be a circus performer. Children love to see the circus, so he joined the circus as a strong man. It didn't take long to figure out that he didn't belong in the circus. He wasn't all that strong, so his quest continued. A different thought occurred to him. Firefighters do a very important job. They put out fires and they rescue people. Maybe a firefighter can help me, he thought. Sure, said the firefighter. I know exactly who you are. You fly through the sky. I do? Why, yes, I believe you're correct. Thank you. I must be a superhero. Superheroes fly through the sky. He quickly found out that he wasn't a superhero. When he jumped off the porch to fly through the sky and landed on a prickly bush, ouch! So his quest continued. Another idea came to him. Doctors and nurses help those who are sick or hurt. Maybe they can tell me who I am, he thought. I know exactly who you are, said the doctor. You are one who leaves surprises for children at night. I am? Well, yes, I believe you're correct. Thank you. I must be a tooth fairy. A tooth fairy leaves surprises for children at night. It didn't take long to figure out that he wasn't a tooth fairy. For one thing, he didn't like to touch other people's teeth. Sad and discouraged, he walked back to the school where it all started. Is something wrong? Asked the teacher. I can't remember who I am, he answered as he rubbed his noggin. The bump had nearly disappeared and his head was feeling better. Well, what do you know about yourself? He counted his fingers. Well, I know that children enjoy seeing me each year, but I'm not in a circus. I know that I fly to the sky, but I can't fly like a superhero. I know that I deliver surprises to children at night, but I'm not a tooth fairy. That's all I know. There's one more thing, said the teacher wisely. You have a long, white beard. Boing! The answer popped in his head. I know I am. I'm Santa Claus, he shouted and jumped for joy. Santa thanked the teacher. He finally knew who he was and where he had to be. Immediately, Santa left for the North Pole as he arrived in time to prepare for Christmas. That very Christmas, Santa left Milo McMosley a note about how important it is to take good care of all of his things, not just most of his things. That's an important lesson for everybody. That's the end. So listen, thanks for tuning in to Biker Bedtime Stories, Bikers for Books, Big Badge V. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Guys, if you find a book that you want to read and it's a little more for you, ask someone to read it for you. Or maybe you can read it to your dog or your cat or something like that. So, thanks for tuning in. Keep an eye out. Keep your cheaters peeled. Facebook page, Bikers for Books. We'll be having some more stories coming on between now and Christmas. And if you're interested in finding out where Santa and his reindeer are this minute, and you want to see Santa feeding his deer, you might want to check out reindeercam.com. Until the next time, happy holidays.